later? Huh. That's, I did not know this was the case. Huh? All right, let's see what we can do here. Get the trading panel up. Good morning, good morning. I am, as I said, doing uh, whatever I said. What did I say? Check my futures positions, prep for the weekend, and then I'll come back tomorrow and look at everything. But I'll mess around with this for a while this morning because one of the things is I don't have a call or class this morning. I'm going to look while I'm thinking about it to see if I got any leads on trades. This is people sending back or sending messages yesterday. Anybody else trade in the evening? I'm saying set up in the MES. Go for lots of people out there. It doesn't look bad. Take a swing, see if you can get a trace. I'm here every night. We're about to get us a nighttime trading group going. uh, on the MES, or you take look at your scalp. You need a larger margin amount to trade overnight. Is this what you're looking at, or are you trading on the down to this? Let me see. Let me see that. That is, yeah, it's there. If you look for it, it's everywhere. Not necessarily I let it come across 3 to 1s more frequently. I work all day, I get limited on time. Well, actually, I didn't see it moving back that way. I was just trying to get there. I had a limit order on MVS that hit around 8 p.m. Holding, see what it looks like in the morning. How many trades? Well, they're getting into something here now. Let's see. How many trades did you need to write it off? I thought we could put TWP costs under education. Trades would be 1099 with the broker. Is that right? See, I think there's I'm gonna have to figure out the whole tax thing. I definitely have to figure out the tax thing because I'm assuming I'm gonna make some money. Okay. All right, back to what I was doing, which is trying to get. Did I even share that screen yet? Now I'm worried about moving the screen. It wasn't even there. All right, now it's sharing. Is it sharing? Also share system. I don't know. What does that do? Do 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 do. Oh, I didn't pick a screen. There we go. Now it'll share. And I hope I didn't mess up by doing that audio thing. Maybe it'll be better. I'll check it and see, because then I'll know if that's the case. All right, let me start by, as I said, looking at my positions. I'm not going to worry about my stock account. I'm going to go up here and look at the futures account. I don't have any orders working. The ones that are in play, actually, I'll see them. No, I won't see them because I won't go down some of those lists. So I'll just leave them. I mean, that is a short. That's a short. It's there for. Yeah, I don't. It looks like I sold. I tried to do a short here for 044 and sold or bought for 054. So not the right direction. Let's go up. Buy low, sell high, even if you buy first or sell first. So that was not a good one. But because I was expecting it to go down, instead it went up and then it went down. Because that's how this punk be playing me sometimes. I think no, I did. That's right. I sold. No, I sold low. I bought high. That's why I don't like shorts because you gotta flip, flip, flip back and forth because you know. But I don't want to shy away from it. I want to get it. When was this? Wednesday, 10 a.m. So this is still not done. I am looking still up high on that MES. So yesterday he said, "Don't even mess with it." If I and I understand what he's saying, it's hard for me to get that in my head, and I'm gonna start doing. Don't even mess with it unless it's a 9 o'clock zone or formed at high time, as it were, because that's the same effect. Because all you're looking at, if I'm understanding it right, so all you're looking at, or because you're guessing at, where are the institutions, and we're pretty sure the institutions are not at 2 o'clock in the morning, are not at you know 7 p.m. So even though it may have made those same kinds of looking moves at 2 a.m., and it may well have been increased institutional presence from European institutions and whatnot, but it was not the massive, because this is the American market, right? It was not the high volume that we're looking for at 9 a.m. Although, this is kind of interesting, or I think it's 8 a.m., but I find this kind of interesting that sometimes they line up a little bit. I mean, you would have got wiped out if you did this one. Yeah. But there'd be no reason to take that because I'm looking at that going like, okay, that's a bottoming tail, but you don't just take a bottoming tail because it's a bottoming tail. It's the bottoming tail in the upward trend. I mean, the bottoming tail says what it says, and you're stacking those things on top of each other because the bottoming tail means that your bottoming tail in itself means that there was a push up by the buyers. That's how you got the tail. Price went down and buyers pushed it back up. I'm not in front of the camera letting it all like I want to be. But yeah, price went down and then buyers pushed it back up and leaving the wick, but the body, the floor, the price went on up. Whenever that happens, whether it's in a sideways market, it's not fully sideways because again, it's all perspective, right? Like if you scrunch together, you can see that little bump up and you can also see that right there a buy stop at that turnaround because here's that change of guard. I'm just looking, seeing all of the confirming the things that I'm supposed to be seeing and determining if I see them like 1, 2, 3, 4, change of guard, color. Oh, but it didn't go above. 1, 2, 3, 4, change of color. Went above, make that trade. Now it's going. 1, 2, 3. Didn't go above, change color. Oh, it's above, and watch it go. Same thing here. Change color. Going to go down? No, it didn't. It never went below that or above. Or it would be below. Never went past that wick. Can we see it up at the turnaround? 1, 2, 3. There's a change in color. Never went below that wick. When it did go below that wick, because at this point you're going to be doing that as your turnaround spot. So you're going to say, well, it's just this is the spot where it turned around, because again, that means there's pressure pushing down. I didn't even look at that top tail, because that means there's pressure pushing down, and you've got your change of color, but not above the price. When does it even make it above the price? It doesn't until a long time later. So but if you had just made the bet on that topping tail, you would have got it. It would have taken some hours. I mean, taking some candles. That's the real issue, is that it's candles. It doesn't matter whether it's hours or days, minutes, weeks. You just don't see some of the, but you do see it. Just down, 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 down. Then when you see that change in color, where'd you go? Come on, man. This thing. When you see that change in color, goes above, and you're gonna lose because you're gonna bet that and then not get it. 1, 2, 3, down, and now it shoots back above it. With this as a stop, you're good for a 1-to-1. 1, 2, 3, topping tail, turn around. When does it go above that topping tail or below that body? With that as a stop, boom. This way, it's easier to see. Come on. Oh, yeah. So you see that? There's your trade. You see that as your trade. Once you, but it starts above it. So do you take it? Now you would trade it here, wouldn't you? Yeah, because just because it, you don't want to trade just because it got there or got down here before it went up, right? Because that's not that uncommon for it to be just a hair below before it goes up. Yeah, the word I got. Let's see, well, here's what I'm at. Even here it did it. That's what I was trying to see. What was it? I can't see. All right, the open was 38, 28, 25. This was going to be the close. 38, 27. 38, 28. So yeah, it was higher. So it could trick you out, make you think it's going. I don't know. I don't even know what I was trying to look at now. because here we're going to be looking at he's snapping. All right, so here we're going to be trying to stay with the price of the body, and then that's the bottom wick because it's turning around. Do we get above? Boom, boom. Then the question is, does it give you the one? It sure does. And point fact gives you two if you manage that stop down. By the time it gets here, you put a stop loss on it because that's a week. You can adjust that. Would you have the patience to see that? 1, 2, 3. Because that's where the big play would be. Because then you would just turn it right back around and do it right here. There's the that thing, and there's the point. Well, actually, right there, right? You can see when you go above that. So then, just put it there on top of that line there, because that's the price point where you're entering, and there's your 1-to-1 right there. Do you get it again? Because you're going to manage your stop back to here, most likely, right? Somewhere like break even. Well, if you break even, you now you take the 1-to-1. Because if you didn't take the 1-to-1, look what happens. You lose out altogether. Because it'll come all the way back. Man, believe in the trade. But take profit when it's there, because it's not profit till you take it. It's a lot. You there? Because if you don't take it, if you try to adjust that to break even, however, in a live account where you did 2 contracts, one, you go ahead and take that 1-to-1, which pays for the other one that's still open down here. So this doesn't stop you out. All right, I'm pointing at the screen again. If you do 2 contracts, let's see if I've got this right. If I do 2 contracts, one is both of them from here, one for here and one for 2 or 3-to-1 even, right? Matter of fact, that's where we want to do is 1 and 3. So if you did the 1, you would get it here, 1-to-1. So one of the contracts that you got every bit of your money back here. The other one, that money is still here, but it is now moving past here. You don't get stopped out. You keep it in. In point of fact, I'm ridiculous anyway. Because point of fact, if you did this, you're getting in here, you would not get stopped out here because you wouldn't move that there until after it got up here. So in any case, so you would be able to protect it there because you would have got it here. So, but that's where the one chart contract would cover you anyway. If this candle had got it, and then it came down and did this before doing that. But in any case, what you have here is the one contract would pay out here. Then the second contract is already paid for because you won this. So now that would move up here. You haven't taken it. You haven't taken it. but you move it up to there. Now you're there. Keeps You're not coming out because it hasn't come way back down here. It's really, if anything, you move it to break even at this point because this was break even, and here's the stop that you or the last base that you had. So really, you would just leave it be at the moment, with the understanding that sometimes they test again. Like this is still not a bad zone for some point down the road. Um, yeah, this is the third. Um, so yeah, that's just a couple months ago. So it could drop back down there. But yeah, you've got that would have been the one. That's the second. This would have been a runner because it would not have. I mean, maybe you put a stop loss underneath all of this right here, which it doesn't get stopped out. Here you are here. I got to stretch it out to see how high that would go. Okay. So then we would move it up to here for 4 to 1. And now you're nervous, so you do want to protect it, which is not 4, but it's got done. So at that 4 to 1, it's going to then have a chance to go way up here at 5. Damn, that would have been nice. How much patience you got to have? These are weeks. And because these are weeks, look at what you're talking about on a price scale, right? If you, oh, there, it's way up there because prices are far. On the risk scale, you're looking at, because it's a week, that would be where that zone would be. See, that's 3,500. I mean, that's a different game. That's a different game. But we are currently at 5, 6, 7, 8. In other words, if you'd have bought just into the ES, it's where you would be right now. The last couple of months. Last month. No, it was that year. Because that was in October. That's March 23. So yeah, that's October 22 is when that turnaround occurred. All right, stop playing around. Now I got a purple box back there that I don't know why it's there because it's not really marked anywhere because I was just doing ups. But it won't matter because that's way back. Mm, is that it? Mm, yeah, that is it. 24 because you haven't got it all the way up. So, all right, get rid of it so it's not bugging me. It's just bugging me on my mind at this point. All right, so get back down into doing what I'm doing. This is why life is hard for me because I don't do what I'm supposed to be doing all the time. And these are hours. This is the MS she was talking about at 8 p.m. Wow, if she took that mug, I'm gonna tell her, man. I hope she did do that. I was topping tail on the 15th. No regrets. Does anybody trade in the evening? Where's the one she said she saw? Is this what you're looking at? No, not necessarily. I had a limit order on the minutes to hit around 8 p.m. I don't believe she didn't say what order it was. If she hit an order around 8 p.m., if she's East Coast, it's there. If she's in the Midwest or somewhere, it's here. I don't see either one of those on the ES. Yeah, the MES. Okay, I don't see it, but that is a bottom tail that appears to be working. If that's what she, well, but it's not the kind of bottom until you would take because it ain't really 60%. But if that's where she's at, that's where she's at. And it may not be because of that. It could have been for any number of things. It could have been, I don't know, could have been this. No, yeah, it could. That's the six. If you put in a five stop there, because you saw that change happen, but then you would have gotten stopped out there. Yeah, I don't see it. I don't see it, but that's how the game is played. You don't see it. If you don't see it, you can't take it. There's a 9 o'clock zone, so I still got busted out. Hmm. I feel like that's the thing, but I'm not going by feelings. And they are so similar, but they have different zones that have formed. I'm just trying to understand what I was looking at. This is a 4 o'clock or 4 hour zone, but formed 5 p.m. is at the open, but looking here, that's ain't the zone I was even looking for. Knucklehead. It says 4 hours, but it too was formed at 5 p.m. on the open of the. After it closes at 3, 4, and then reopens at 5. So that's a 4 hour that we don't want to give all the respect to. There's a 5 a.m. 7. That's, oh, this is 4. Because what I noticed was nothing. Yeah, nothing to, nothing. I was thinking I saw it somewhere. That's 9 a.m. Yeah, because I got busted out anyway, whatever it was best on. That's an 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock candle. With the 8 o'clock and stuff. We took all of this, and it never even came out of the zone. Forget that. But it's so damn big. So big. So big. But that looks like what it do. See, my problem is right now, inside my head, I am wanting a trade and to see the thing go and hear the ding, 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 where you get into the trade and where you uh, have issues, and this will help me. I can actually see a trade that I have that is actually going and see that I must be down on those two. Even on the crude, yeah. So when I was trying to go long on, that was 138. Well, where's price? Yeah. Uh, and that ain't even underneath that damn wick. I mean, things could happen still. This could still be in the midst of a turnaround. It is indeed green at the moment. It's done that before. The question is going all the hell way up there. And I'm not exactly sure what made me call that. Because I don't see it on the hour, the 4 hour. Yeah, I am not seeing why I got in the trade. I don't like that part. I don't like not seeing, because that means that my reasoning was not obvious to me now. I mean, there's a zone, but why? It's a 9 a.m. zone. Did it trade above that? It did. That's what happened. It wicked above. How the hell there's no wick there now? I don't see no wick. And that wasn't where it closed. It opened here, closed here. Then I set that thing, or should have set it, to do one tick above. Did I accidentally just buy it at that price? You can't just buy it at that price if it's down there. Because that wick looks like it should have stopped right there. But that's saying it's bought in right there. But even that doesn't make sense because unless I just said bottoming tail, regardless of the color, regardless of the two before it, but it does give me some hope that there are buyers somewhere pushing below here. It is not green anymore. It was green when I started this conversation, wasn't it? Oh, because I was looking at the 1 hour. So we just gotta keep on moving. All right, that is there. Come back up here and do what you were doing. You said we're gonna leave in position. The NQ on the hour, not ready. Draw zones. I did that great big whole thing, but how big is how big? That zone is so big that if you try to cover, no, it's not that. It's only 300. But this is the NQ, and if I'm not mistaken, we are all time high. So just stay where you are. Stay where you are. That's negative 7. Yeah, that's the zone I'm going to take a shot with. Now comes me being, all right, it's an uptrend, but it's near an all-time high. That is some weekly pressure above supply. There's some zones in there you can take any of that to call it. And all of it, I think, being pushed down by that activity in the summer, which is when it actually hit real high. So those are the high highs. So there is room for it to move into some of that. But before it does it, is this weekly supply going to push it back down once more? Because it did so very forcefully there, not so forcefully there, so much so that instead of just taking that first little swipe at it, I'm going to take a little tiny instead of trying to see once again what would that be in the way of risk. 150. Let's see if I can figure that out. Got to start being able to look at this thing without. So 94.50 minus 17.75. 90. Oh man, I gotta get better at math. 94.50 minus 17.75. 972. So 76.75 point ticks. The NASDAQ MNQ. Looking at my little sheet, the MNQ is 50 cents a tick. So I'm gonna say that's a $35, $38, 76. Yeah, so it's gonna be about a $38 risk on a single contract if I'm even half of what. Oh, well, I messed up by doing it that way, but fix it. This will tell me it's 145. Because actually, what I'm talking about is short, and the risk right there would be 165. How is it? Because this says 300 tick. A tick is 0.25. So 76.75 divided by 0.25, 307 ticks. You're saying 323 because we're actually running it from 9975, which is, oh shit, that's $5 higher. Okay, so in any case, that's not the one I want to look at anyway because I'm thinking that I would rather try and narrow that down to something real tiny. You either get it or you don't. Yeah, something like that. Because thought being, it's done this once. It may be like ready to go through it again before then getting a to pull back again. What would that cause me to try and play that close to the curve? I mean, that's really trying to call the turnaround. If I put $100 on it, because if it does turn around there and just does a, if it just bases there, that would be 100 right there. Let's come back to here, 200. I think, see, and I think that's not a unreasonable call. I think that's still going with the market. We'll see. I'll be able to go over some of this stuff. That is very similar. See, that is moving out of this area right now. It is not at all-time highs. It's coming into some supply. I don't have marked. It looks like surely is. I don't want to call it all of that so much. Call it a whole decision, indecision candle. This is a weekly chart. There is some high level pushback perhaps. Do y'all want to consider these buyers here? They may put themselves up for consideration. Let's see. Mhm. Check switch. Okay, this is the continuous. Okay. Yeah, nothing really shows itself on the daily there, except maybe this little space of like not knowing what it wants to do. But I'm just checking this. Mm-hmm. What happened? Oh, I'm trying to look at that. Still there. It's the daily. See if it's gonna be anything. Yeah, okay. Let's just to the extent that it might come into play later. Got a little buy set in there. Oh, that little dip right there. Which I should have come down a little bit more. Hmm. Yeah, that's what it should be. It's like it's climbing and you're just putting these little traps underneath it to catch it. And if it catches, dips before it goes up, you're there. And if not, you just got all these orders sitting down there just waiting. He's gonna come back. I know he's gonna come back. Come back, come back. Don't leave me, come back. Man, he left you back in September. He will return. Right? Alright. MY. See, once again, I'm looking at these. If that's the 8 o'clock hour. There's something there, but it's like way down here. I'm really feeling that as a trade I want to do. Gold keeps going up. There it is again, that little time frame. Yeah, I think that is exactly what I'm doing, is just going underneath it, trying to catch it still. That's Tuesday. See, it did the same thing as that zone there. This zone looked just like that zone. It might have actually tipped for that. Before forming this zone. I'm thinking, okay, my, yeah, just one. Yeah, like we go right back up to that high. That's what I'm looking for. Yeah, it may not be that. It really may not. Chasing after so far. I thought I had it down to 100. Uh-oh. Did they leave? Josh? Shall we return back to the bottom of my line? All right, back to it. Natural gas. There was already small little, what you call it there, that I'm trying to do some kind of catch a term, because I'm not sure what that even looks like. Oh, yeah, that is definitely in a downward trend on the daily and 4 hour. So unless it is in the turnaround, and it is in some demand there where it did take off before, so that's a possibility. But I'm looking at this little play for that. If it's down here, oh, that's if it goes on down. But that's just a $13 play. Really a small investment. All right. No, that's not what I'm changing. I'm changing that. All right, MC. That's the one I'm already in that crude oil, MCL. Looked at that earlier. And it's doing what it do. It might not. I'm hoping for the turn. It has already turned around. This thing has just been beating the hell out of me. I don't think any of those. That was up there, way down there. That was up. I think this was a. Um, it looks like I saw. They're looking for a short. Yeah, I think I was looking at that as a short. You did not. Hello, hello. Good morning. Did you not get the both of them? Yeah, I threw it. The star was inside of the one. Did they? It may have popped out. I do have. Okay, I've got another one. I'll get it over there for you in about 5 minutes. Well, it'll take me more than 5 minutes to get over there, but yeah, I do have an extra just in case for that kind of thing. Okay, sorry about that. I'll get that over there for you here in just a few minutes. Alrighty, bye bye. How the heck did that happen? All right, we're gonna do our thing here because I didn't find out how the hell that